Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to the Network and Chill podcast. How is everyone doing? I hope you all are doing amazing this evening, this Thursday evening. I hope you all are settled in and have your favorite beverage and your candles lit, even if your favorite beverage is water. I have water. Great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
On the other side of me is cranberry juice. Hey,
Mm-hmm.
listen, that right now my favorite beverage is water.
Yeah.
So that's what we're having. And for Facebook, I do not own the rights to this music that is playing in the background. This is India Ari playing in the background. If you
Yes.
can hear this music. And we are waiting for our other hostess to join. But if you have joined us, say hello. Let us know where you are joining from. Put your name and where you are joining from. I'm going to make sure that everybody, all of these things are public so that we can make sure everybody is seeing them. And I'm going to start to share 'em with all of the different pages that
Okay.
people are watching on. So we want to thank our amazing authoress for joining us tonight.
Hey,
Queen
hello,
Naima
hello.
Grubbs is here tonight, y'all. Go ahead and say hello in the chat. I
Yeah.
want someone say hello so we can make sure we can see your comments. Hold on.
Yes. Yes. Join us.
Welcome everyone in the chat. Hey Sabrina, all right, I can see you comment. Hey Sabrina,
Sabrina.
howdy, howdy. Thank you, Sabrina.
Bree
Thank you
Bree.
so
Hey, Bree
much.
Bree.
Hey Brenda.
Brenda.
All right, so we can see the comments. That is great. And we are waiting on Christelle to join us. While we're waiting, I'm going to go ahead and share the podcast live to the other pages so that we can get everybody on
Yes.
because we want to share this time with you. It would be nothing without you. We need you all
Yes.
come in and join with us. We're networking and we are chilling and we're talking about healing.
Yes.
That is the amazing part of what we are doing right now. Talking about healing. All right. Let me get this podcast shared. Let's see. Make sure it's getting shared to the proper pages. There she is. Let's see. Hi. Can you hear us?
Hello.
All right. Here she
Hi,
is.
girl. So you can hear us now, Christelle.
No, I can't hear you on that. Listen, what is the breed? Oh,
What?
duh.
Did you have your computer on mute?
I did.
I've done it before.
I did. I did. Hey,
I've done it
Naima.
before.
Hey, Christelle.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How you doing?
I am well as well. Wonderful as
Yeah.
well.
Yes.
Bridget.
Hi,
How are
I'm
you,
just
Bridget?
sharing the podcast to the proper pages so that everybody
Oh,
can get on. We have Sabrina joining us and Brenda Bryan.
Yes.
They have said hello.
hey, y'all.
Listen, y'all, I'm telling y'all today has been a grateful day for me. Every day is a grateful day for me. I
Amen.
choose gratitude every day. So
Yeah.
once again, I want to welcome everybody to the Network and Chill podcast. Listen, if this is your first time, you are in for a treat. I want to do our shameless plugs now. If you have not followed any of these amazing women on this screen, you need to go follow each and every one of us.
Yes.
because we do have something amazing and awesome and life giving to share with each one of you. So please, by all means, look us up. My name is Bridget Parker on Facebook. As you see, you have author Crystal West, but you can find her as Christelle Morgan on Facebook as well. You have the authoress Naima Grubbs. You can follow her as well. Also, go and like her page for her book, Beyond Amazed. If you do not have this book, get this in your catalog. Listen, and another shameless plug. It was done by Divine Excellence. So the podcast is sponsored by Divine Excellence Consulting LLC. I am the CEO, and we're getting this information out to let you know if you are looking to do a book in the upcoming year. We're at the end of the year, so we're not definitely taking anybody on right this minute because we are steady working with authors ongoing. But if you want to write your book, you can write your book. It's not impossible. And we work with you from the beginning to the end. Naima can tell you. She is a witness of from listen, if you have nothing, if you haven't written anything, it's okay. Talk to me. I got you. We can help you. So this is our shameless plug, and I'm telling you, hey, we got to put it out there. We don't share who will. I said it before. Sometimes you got to be your own cheerleader. Rah
Absolutely.
rah. You got to be your own cheerleader. So listen, y'all. I'm so glad that you all are here with me. You guys look amazing, ladies.
That's right. Amen. So you
Amazing.
look beautiful.
And you as well, Queen Bridget.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I said I have my favorite beverage tonight, Christelle, which is water. And on the other side is my cranberry juice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I do have my candle lit. Okay. So if you got
Yes.
your candle,
Yes.
ladies,
Mango madness.
light light your candle, and we are excited about this journey we call healing.
Mm.
We call it healing.
Yes.
And in that journey of healing, many things are revealed. Many things are revealed. Many things are manifested. Many things are brought to the light. And
Yes.
during the week, me and Christelle, we talk
Awesome.
and we share. And it's just like, it's almost like we playing tennis. She shares something with me. I share something with her. She shares something with me. I'm talking about we giving it like it's amazing. It's amazing how spirits can connect and really, really, really feed each other in the moment that is deserved. My new word, I have replaced the word need. I have replaced the word need with deserve.
Awesome.
I have replaced the word need. That's the first thing I want to share with y'all tonight. I replaced the word need with deserve. And that is what I'm working on. And every time I get ready to say the N word, I deserve it. I deserve you. You deserve it.
Yes.
Who said you deserve it? Guess who said it? The creator of all things.
That's right.
He made you worthy. He made you worthy. The spirit of God within you made you worthy, so you deserve it.
Mm.
So tonight, ladies, I want to start with our list that we have been, and I just had it. Okay, here it is. We've been talking about these topics. I want to start with we have a list of 9 things that's called things that lower your vibration. And we talked about a couple of them. And listen, these can go into uh, a lot. So I want us to talk about things that lower your vibration. And we're going to pick complaining all the time.
Mm.
Listen, I remember in the LCA, shout out to the LCA family.
Shout out to
Hey
LCA
y'all, shout out to all the
family.
LCA family. I remember when
LCA.
we read the book 7 Habits of Highly Effective People.
Mhm. Mhm.
And in that book, chapter 2 is called Blaming and Complaining. That book changed Bridget's little old life. You understand? Because, honey, I was the queen of complaining and blaming a lot. I could find somebody to blame and complain to. And listen, what I found interesting in the book is it said a lot of times when we complain, guess what? We complain to somebody that can't do anything about what we complaining about.
Nothing.
And we call that messy. I call that messy. You being messy. If I got a
Absolutely.
problem with Naima, I don't need to call Crystal and tell Crystal about my problem with Naima. That's messy.
Mm.
Can I get a hello? Somebody.
Hey, now you say flush that what? But go ahead.
Flush.
I mean,
Look, I'm a
Mhm. Hello.
listen. We on our own. Look, I paid for this this platform.
oh,
Flush that shit.
yeah, that
Flush
part.
it. That's what
Look,
complaining. So y'all, let me stop talking. Naima, what do you think about this? Complaining all the time. Share with us. What do you think?
well, I love what you said about lowering your vibration because complaining does nothing for me. First of all, I have to look within and find out why do I have a need to talk about you, or complain about anything? What have I done today to make sure that my frequency, my vibration, are where I want them to be? I must pray. I must touch in with my creator. I must read my word. I must get myself armored up to go outside in the world. Okay. So if I'm doing all the things that I need to do to make my connections, I have no complaints. He has taken care of everything.
You
Everything. I just need to look over to the left and look to the right. I'm going to find him and I'm going to find all of the things that I deserve.
exactly, exactly. That's I
Oh, yeah.
love it. I love it. Come on, Christelle, share with us. What do you think
Well,
about this topic?
I was a big complainer, like for real, for real. And the reason I complain, because I'm all about getting to the root of why we do what we do, and so complaining for me was an indication that, one, that I didn't feel like who and what God created me to be was enough. So I complained about the circumstances that were really created for me to see my worth in those situations, but until I came into that understanding, I always felt like something was happening to me. And so I complained. And so perspective is everything. So it wasn't until my perspective changed that I could actually see that the things that I was complaining about wasn't working against me. They were really working for me. And they were working to work out all of that insecurities, those feelings of unworthiness, feeling like I needed something outside of me. All of those, I would say, thoughts that lower your vibration. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people like to say certain things, but it doesn't resonate. Napoleon Hill said, like, your words got to be filled with an elixir, right? And
Yes.
so it was just empty words. I was saying what sounded good, but I wasn't, my spirit wasn't resonating with what I was saying. So therefore, my vibration was sending out a signal of lack. So I couldn't attract anything. So when you say, how do you keep your vibrations up? It's just like, you have to be willing to become what it is that you want to attract. And so if it's wealth, then you got to have a wealthy mindset. If it's relationships, then you got to have that relationship with yourself. And so again, oftentimes we complain about what we have yet to give ourselves.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And I shared on yesterday about the victim mindset. I did a few minutes live on yesterday about the victim mindset. And I gave an example that I was sharing with my coworker yesterday about, sometimes we are in connection with people and we feel like we're stuck with them, or we can't, break that connection with them for whatever reason. We may feel like we're um just can't get rid of that person for whatever reason. And the example I gave him was, okay, say you had a cotton field, right? And in this cotton field, someone comes along that you're connected to and they burn and half an acre of your cotton field. Now, this is how you earn your revenue is your cotton field.
Mm.
And you got a person that's in your connected in your circle, and they come burn a
Mhm.
half an acre of your cotton field. Are you gonna stay there and allow that person to remain in your circle? Or are you gonna make the choice to make the adjustments to remove this person in your circle, or are you just gonna let them keep burning up cotton fields?
That's good. That's a good analogy. Let me just add a twist to it because most people understand external. So you said this is how I make my money. It's the cotton field. So you're gonna burn up how I eat and provide for my family, right?
You breaking
Well,
up you breaking
I,
up right there.
I said, can you hear me?
You
Mm.
still sound like a computer.
Because I'm on a computer. But anyway, I'm messing with you. Um,
Okay.
is that messing up? Okay,
Yes.
well,
Yes, yeah.
yeah, go ahead. Maybe I got a bad signal. My vibration. Let me raise it. I'm playing.
Yeah, we gotta raise the vibration. Come on, internet, raise up, raise up. I need
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Come on. We're gonna send some healing energy to the internet.
Yes. Yes.
Come
But
on,
Can you
I
hear me
internet.
now?
related to what you said though. I really did, and that was the story of my life. You know, being in a marriage and, being business minded and trying to start a business or having a business, with your partner and pouring and pouring and pouring. And then looking at the receipts, and it was all negative, 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 and allowing this person to continue to withdraw, withdraw, withdraw till it was no more to withdraw, and I was blaming that person, complaining about that person. And when I realized, I'm only allowing that person to do that to me. And it was me that had to change my frequency. It was me that had to change the atmosphere, sell my home that I had for 20 years and move. And then eventually move out of the city that I was living in all my life. So I had to change my atmosphere. I had to change everything. And it cost me. It cost me a lot, but it was worth it. What I have today, the peace of mind, the frequency I have today, the joy, it was all worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Can you hear
Right.
me now?
Yes.
Can you
Yes.
hear me? Oh, all right, great. So I was simply sharing. I mean, Naima just really basically said what I was saying because most people understand value externally; they don't understand it internally, and so we are fighting resist and hang on to what feeds this flesh. And so, that's the money and different things like that. But here's the thing, and Naima said, like, she painted a picture. She said that her account kept looking in the negative. She was pouring out, right? And oftentimes that's what we do. We pour out into other people. But it's because we lack the understanding and the insight of the value that was given to us by God. So we
Mm-hmm.
pursue value externally, right? We'll protect it, we'll hang on to people and situations and houses and all type of stuff because these things are tying us. But when you find the truth of who you are, you'll forsake all of that stuff. She said she was like, I uprooted, and now what she has is sustainable because it comes from within. It's not the external that is limited and it's based on no. I got it from within. So
Yes.
now I don't have to complain about what I don't have because I have it now to give, right? And because I have it to give, I know what it feels like to have it. So now and I also know what it feels like to not have it. I know what it feels like to be a negative. So now I have something to balance these scales out because I know what I don't want, but now I know what I do want. And when I start feeling something that I don't want is about to cause my vibration to smoke to vibrate at the lower, then now I can do something about it because I'm self-aware. And that's what I meant about the situations that we're in life. They bring us into an awareness that we were once not aware to, which caused us to stay in places that were uncomfortable and continue to take from us for so long. And so it's when your eyes open and you really see the truth of what you're experiencing, the life that we live until we experience an awakening is an illusion. It's not real, but the illusion leads us to the truth that it was never in somebody else. It was always in you. And so it's the test, lessons and tests. And some of it said, life is nothing but lessons and tests. And so life is going to present you with the lessons. And when the test comes, that's a good student. There's a word that says, study to show yourself approved, according to word. So if you're really studying, you know, not nobody else studying you. Why you keep doing what you're doing? Why you keep complaining? Why you keep rejecting? Why you keep, so I can complain all day long about my person did what, but how is that serving me? And how is that helping me to grow and be a better me? It's not. I have to take responsibility that every situation that I'm in is a result of my decisions. It is nobody's fault.
Yep.
If I gave somebody my power, I gave it to them. But it's also my responsibility to take my power back. And a lot of times the reason we say is because we don't want to, and we don't want to encounter the conflict that comes with choosing you. We don't want to encounter the judgment and the persecution and all of the things that come with choosing you. Well, guess what? It's part of it. Because whether you're doing what they think you should do or you're doing what you believe you should, they're always going to have something to say. So what the difference do it make? Do you and be happy in being you unapologetically.
Absolutely. So I was quiet and let you talk, but it's like you still were kind of sounding like a computer love on there. But we heard what you said.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Log out, log back in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try that and come back in and see if it'll do better. But I heard everything she said. It was just,
Mhm, mhm.
even through the computer love, we still heard what you said, and you are absolutely correct. Because listen, the thing for me in my life was to realize, first of all, a lot of times we could spend a lot of time praying for change when God has already given us a power. Guess what that power is called? Choice. You have a choice in the matter.
Yes.
Your power is your choice. You get to choose what works for you. My mother would ask me all the time when I would go to her and go to complaining about anything. She would just stop and say to me, Bridget, how is that working for you?
Mhm.
And it used to irritate me to my toes until I started working on myself and understanding that the whole point of what my mother was telling me was that you have a choice.
Yeah.
You do not have to stay in any situation, circumstance, or anything that is not working for you. And if you can see visibly that it's not working for you, we do not have to put ourselves through suffering. We do not have to put ourselves through any kind of pain that is unnecessary. Let's see.
Can you hear
You're
me?
back.
Hey,
Hi.
see?
Hi.
Hi.
No more computer love. Okay.
Hey.
Okay, so I mean that basically that power of choice. That was something that I covered yesterday. The power of choice is amazing. When you realize that you have that power, you don't have to pray about it. You don't even have to wait about it. You have the power. That's your first power,
Right.
is to choose. Sometimes all you need to do is make a different decision. And I remember the Spirit of God spoke to me and said that we break generational curses by making a different decision. Don't choose if you already know that this was the choice that somebody else made and it didn't work for them. And now you made the same choice and it's not working for you.
Right.
Guess how you break the curse? You make a different decision. And
Right.
I know it sounds like, listen, this goes for Bridget. Let me be the first to say everything that I say is for me first.
Right.
Bridget had to make a first. Bridget's hello had to make a different decision on life. And for me, even the way that I tell my story, I had to change the way that I tell my story because I was telling it from a victim mindset.
Right.
Look at what they did to me.
Right.
They did that. He did that. She did that. Keeping, and then guess what? The Bible tells us that love keeps no record of wrong.
Right.
Ooh,
What you say,
ooh,
girl? You mean I can't talk about what they did? If I really love them, I ain't supposed to be
ooh,
just oh,
ooh,
oh. Oh, you talking
ooh,
about
girl, ooh.
unconditional love. Oh, you talking
Amen.
about real love. You're not talking about the idea of love. You're not talking about doing love. You're talking about being love. Okay, I just want to make sure I heard you right.
Yes, you heard me right. The Bible. I didn't say it, y'all don't beat me up. I didn't say it. The Bible says that love keeps no record of wrong.
Correct.
Girl, they
You
about to
can't be
do your
down here
inbox.
scribbling down in your notes. Look, this is one of my journals I got right here, y'all. Listen, this is one of my journals. I got it right here. I can't take this journal and sit down and write down the whole list of what everybody did to me. Because guess what that's going to do? Lower my vibration.
What it's gonna do is recycle those experiences
Mm,
because it says out of the heart flows the issues of life. It
yeah,
says out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. So what's in your heart is what you're gonna say and what you're gonna see. That's just it. Really, what's in you is what you're going to manifest. When you talk about lowering your vibration, see a lot of people try to do this stuff externally. It's an internal thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
You want to help relationships, you gotta restore the relationship between you and your God within yourself. You want you whatever it is that you desire, it first starts within you. You are the creator of your reality. So what you want to experience in this human form, you have to create it from the inside out. It's energy. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. So if you want to attract it, you gotta be ready. Ain't no now let me tell you, you can cheap wolves clothing. So you might, you really being who you say you are, and again we talking about us,
right.
Right.
right? So my life is always relating back to me. Are you practicing what you sharing? Because I'm not teaching anything. The Spirit teaches. I'm simply sharing. So when I share, the Spirit will give you. That's why people can hear one message and get different messages. Is because your Spirit is going to give you what you need after hearing the message. And so I'm simply sharing. The Spirit and the truth of who you are is going to give you the message that you're supposed to get. I ain't teaching you nothing. I might cause you to remember, but I ain't teaching you nothing. I'm just simply sharing. And
Absolutely.
so we share. That's what we do.
That's
We
right.
just
We
speak
share.
over to one another.
Right. Well, when you guys were talking, I was thinking about that process also. That process when you realize that what you have allowed to lower your vibrations. And I thought about the workshop, Crystal, that you did. And the one thing that, really stuck with me was me not wanting to go through the pain, the change, and go through the darkness or the process that I had to go through to get to me. Over the
That's
years, I have
good.
allowed all of this other stuff. I allowed that relationship and having babies out of wedlock, loving the wrong people, looking for love in all the wrong places. I share that in my book. And all of those
Mhm.
processes that I went through, looking for me, looking for
Yeah.
that original intent that God
Mhm.
had already formed me. Before I was formed in my mother's room, he knew exactly
Mhm.
who I was going to be, but I
Mhm.
allowed, the things of the world, the things that I got involved with to lower my frequency, to we call it that lower power or the little God. And today, I am who God says I am, but I got to know what he says, and he lays it out who we are from
Mhm.
before birth. Okay. And so I had to go through that darkness. I had to go through those ugly places to get to the woman I am today. And I had to allow God to and me in my process, stripped me of everything that I hold dear. I held it dear. I treasured it. I treasured being married and being called a wife and all of that thing of what society, looked at me as. I didn't treasure who Naima was,
Mhm.
and is today. And I'm so grateful for that process and finding myself, my true self. Somebody wrote a book about that.
Yes.
Right.
I'm so grateful about that process, and finding the gratitude and finding people that has the same vibration as you do,
Mhm.
and stick with those people because that's what I learned too, and
Yes.
it will pick up your vibrations. So
Mhm.
And that's
Absolutely.
why I invited her. Listen, it's a shameless plug. It's a shameless plug. We're not ashamed.
no, we're
We are
not.
beyond amazed. You
Yes,
And
understand?
not ashamed.
yes.
We're not ashamed. You understand? Listen, I thought about Naima because of the things that she shared, and she's talking about it already because it goes hand in hand.
Yes.
It goes hand in hand. And I asked Naima to think on this question. I want to ask her now. This question that I asked her to think on before got live tonight. Um, the question that I wanted to ask Naima to expound on was, what does healing mean to you? So
Well,
share.
it just what I was just sharing. Healing, and I was looking at chapter 7. It means I had to become aware. I had to be awakened. I had to um, not be numb anymore, not be in deception or be deceived, not in denial anymore. The first thing that I had to become aware of was that I was in a verbally and emotionally abusive relationship. And I hid it for a long time. I was ashamed of it. And so I had to become aware. And so I began to talk about it. There's some programs out here for, people to get that help. I got that help, outside of the church. I got that help. Y'all know what I'm saying.
Right.
And they begin to give me tools that I begin to work on myself. And I begin to see, as Christelle said, my worth. I begin to see that I am a worthwhile person and that I did not need to be with this person. And so in that coming out of denial and really, feeling the things that was like, wait a minute, that hurt. That don't feel good. And then, knowing and having a relationship with Christ, and Christ loved me. He talks, beautiful love songs to me. That's not Christ. I had to begin to, to thine own self be true. Tell myself the truth. This
Right.
is not right. And as you said too, Bridget, I began to pray. And then when God talked to me and he said some things to me, I didn't just jump up and jump out of the situation. I allowed God to take me through a process, a methodical process. And I know, I don't know who was talking about it today. I think Darlena, and I think, was talking about that law of attraction. I began to, write out a vision board. I began to, really listen to the things that um, I deserve. And one of the words that stuck out to me, I found my dignity. I had lost my dignity. And
Yeah.
so those things began to show me and shape me like, this is who God says you are. And the process, I had to go through the darkness. I had to let a house I had for over 19 years, a marriage I had over 20 years, I had to let all that stuff go. And I paid dearly. It cost me everything. When I left that relationship in that house, I had no car and I went to somebody's couch because I was worth more than what I had. Because guess what? On that couch, I had peace.
Hey.
And I was writing the book throughout this whole process, but it wasn't until I left that I could finish the book because I could see the light at the end of the tunnel. And that light was healing. That was beginning of my healing. And through that process, I set the partner down and I let him know. I said, I'm healing because by that time I had been in therapy for 5 years. And I said, I'm healing. but I need to continue to heal without this relationship. And that's what I said.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm doing today, even today, because that was 20 years or something. I'm still yet healing, but I am at a better place mentally, spiritually, financially, all of those things physically than where I was. And that healing is so powerful. And the most powerful thing was I had to forgive myself. I had to
Mhm.
forgive myself for the decisions that I made. Because at one time, y'all, I was mad at God.
Mhm.
I said, how you let me choose this man? Okay. And that was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. I chose that man.
Listen, and if you remember, Naima, when we first started your book process, I told you that writing was healing.
Yes. Yep. Yeah.
Writing the book itself will be a healing process for you. That's
Absolutely.
why I love to write personally.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
a healing process. It's a process that I know that for me, when I felt like I didn't have a voice, or I felt like nobody was hearing me or nobody cared, because I was in a space where I felt like nobody cared. I felt like uh nobody I'm sorry, y'all. I'm getting text messages, excuse me, y'all, but um I felt like nobody really cared about what I had to say, so I would write.
Hmm.
And in that process, over the years, I knew I knew that my life had to go a different direction. In 2008, after a man deciding that he wanted me to die, and in 2009, I spent the entire year 2009 healing the physical body.
Hmm.
And it was just like at that point I knew my life had to go a different direction. I was tired. I was mentally tired. I was spiritually tired. I was just worn out, and I knew my life had to go in a different direction. But as I started to just think about it, I started to meet different people that helped me on that journey. I got introduced to life coaches and Mr. Motivator and Jemiah and all
Hmm.
those people who were on that journey
Yes.
to personal development. Like I never knew, like, of course, Naima, you know what it is to be raised in the church.
Hmm.
We had the church, but we had to go deeper. You understand? We had to go deeper. And we talked about this, me, Darlena, Dr. Loretta, and Christelle, we were talking about it on Instagram, where Jesus told them, you're gonna have to launch out into the deep. Some of us still on milk. And Jesus is saying, look, you're gonna have to come on out into the deep
Hmm.
and cast your net on the other side, because that side you
Hmm.
on,
Hmm.
you're
Hmm.
not gonna get nothing over there. Come on, cast it on the other side so that you can see what's over here on the other side. So you can really, really step out. And so since 2013, I stepped out. I made a different choice. I walked away from everything. It's something powerful about walking away from all the things that you have. Christ still call them mind attachments. The
Hmm.
mind attachments, honey, the mind attachments will have you in prison. You walk around here thinking you free, and you are imprisoned in your own mind. Your mind, not nobody else. You are imprisoned
Yeah.
in your own mind. Guess what? You are institutionalized through programming, through what you have been taught. And it didn't free you. You understand? It gave you more. I said this, and listen, this is the disclaimer. This is not against the church. But I learned a bunch of rules in church. I learned what I could not do. I learned a whole lot about what I could not do and who I could not be, but not who I am.
Come on.
I got a whole bunch of chains thrown at me, You
Mhm.
can't do this. You can't do that. You can't wear makeup. You can't wear short skirts. You can't do this. You can't. No, you got on a red dress. You can't wear the red dress. You can't wear red lipstick. You just can't. You can't. You can't. You can't. You can't. You can't. And you know what I did with the church? I put it down and ran for the hills because I was like, listen, um, what can I do? Can I breathe? Can I live? Can I have some life? You understand? I learned a whole lot about what I can't do in church, but nobody sat down and said, do you know who you are? Come on over here and let me talk to you a little deeper about who you are, and who it lives inside of you. Do you understand that God breathed the breath of life into you, and you became a living soul? When your mommy had you and they spanked you on the bottom, guess what look and listen, even the breath of life came through some pain. As a baby, that hurt. Somebody smacking you on your bottom and you scream out like, hey, why these people hitting me? I just got here. And listen, I just got here. It started through some pain, but guess what? That pain was not something they were doing to you. It was for you, so that the breath of life. They needed signs of life, so they had to smack you on the bottom. Hey, but I'm telling you, when you step in, this is what healing means to me, y'all. Healing means to me, Christ said we got to sit down and be taught again. And this is something the word tells you. You got to forsake all. You got to forsake all of that stuff, the mind attachments, all the things. You got to forsake all, and you got to sit down and be taught again.
So Bree, let me just finish right there. So when I say that, when I say forsake all, that's a death.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the scripture says that we have to be born again, right? So if you're born
Right.
again, that means you forget everything that you know. So that spirit can now teach you. Because again, we're born into, and the scripture says we're born into sin, shaped in the iniquities of our forefathers. So we come here with the programming. So you gotta forget everything that you know, be born again. And here's the thing. This, anyway, I'm gonna say it. Shucks, I'm grown. I ain't scared. But anyway, um, but in human flesh, it takes a man and a woman, a man to plant a seed and a woman to give birth to this physicality, right? The scripture
Mm-hmm.
says that Jesus had to come in the flesh because we didn't understand spirit. Now, the reason Mary was able to conceive without a man was because the word had went forth. All right, she received the word of God, which was seed. So we only understand the seed as being semen, right? But the words are seed, and they're how we create in the spiritual. So when you're born again, now it is not your mom and daddy of this flesh. Because remember, still Paul, you died to that seed, became born again, and now it is the spirit that is teaching you. It is not based on tradition, religion, what nobody else is. It is your spirit that is now governing you and showing you and teaching you how to live your life. Nobody else is. A lot of people compare what they do to other people, but God has a particular journey that you were predestined, ordained to take. That has nothing to do with nobody else. That's why all idol gods have to be torn down. We're supposed to look to no other God. We're supposed to look to the God that's within you. Your spirit, you got to by the spirit that you and God are one. That you and God in agreement. Whatever God that is. I'm just saying. It might be God love. It might be the God of I want to be comfortable. It might be the God of I want to feel good. Whatever God it is, y'all came into agreement. And you made a decision. Right? And so you're talking about healing. You heal thyself. When you go to the doctor, what does the doctor ask you? What are your symptoms?
Mm-hmm.
How do we get here? We did the same thing. Wait a minute. What are my symptoms? Oh, I've been this for so long. I've been doing this for so long. And Naima said this, that hurt. Oh, you got pain in what area? At the physician, they're gonna use some medicine. But really, the pain that you're experiencing is a result of wrong thinking. So how do I heal myself? But the doctor don't have to mandate me. I gotta change my thinking. I gotta change my thinking because you heal the mind, you heal life. So how do I heal myself? I become that physician that God said that I was, that I am. That I am healer. Spirit and what you were created can be all things to all people. We're asking God for what He already gave us. You ain't have to ask what you already have. You simply have to receive it. It ain't in nobody else. It's in you. So you need a doctor, be that. You need a counselor, be that. The Spirit in you know how to be all things. I'm not saying that you don't look for outside help if you need it. But once you come into the awareness that, wait a minute, God gave me everything that I deserve. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be healthy. I deserve all of that. So I lack nothing. He's giving me everything that I need pertaining to life and godliness is within me. Why am I looking to outside sources for what I already have? Except I don't believe.
Absolutely.
Except I don't believe. So that was my healing journey. I became my own case study. I started writing the symptoms down. Yep, you keep letting people walk all over you. Yep, you keep on becoming a sacrifice for other people to live. Yep, you did. Yep, you overextended in this area. I looked at the symptoms and then I traced them back to the root. So why? I heal myself. Partner with God, like we in a relationship, like we married, girl. Like you know, when I came home, it's like I found what I've been looking for. I was here all along. But again, because we're born into this human experience and everything has been quantified for us to understand it because we didn't understand spirituality, we believe that we need something outside of ourselves to make us whole, and that's just not the truth.
Absolutely. And listen, okay, so even
True.
it is look, even through the technical difficulties, we could hear her. So we just got really quiet so that we can hear. And if you listen really closely, guys, you will hear what Christelle just shared. Now she said something and I wrote it down. She said the pain that you are experiencing is a result of wrong thinking. That goes back to the victim mindset. This is how powerful the victim mindset was over me for many years. Listen, I'm gonna share this with y'all, and all of us are authors. I wrote about my marriage in my first book, and I got married because I was told that I should not shack up, and I didn't want to go to hell, y'all. Listen, I've been told about hell.
Wait,
My
you say you ain't want to go to hell, but you lived in hell, though, right? How you
listen
stay
now,
in hell?
listen,
How
Hello,
long did you,
somebody.
how did you stay in hell?
look,
You
listen
were
now,
you
listen.
were hell. You was in hell because you was letting somebody else's truth out.
In there living in hell, married.
Okay.
And listen, y'all. I was married on paper for 23 years. 23 years of being legally attached to somebody for 23 years. And of those 23 years, we were probably together on and off, very and more off than on. Let's be clear. We had babies. We had babies and we fought and we broke up.
Oh, y'all was playing roles then.
We was
That was
just
acting.
and you know something, Christelle, what I realized, and even my ex-husband said this to me before he passed away. When my mother passed away last year, he called me. And he, of course, he was talking about trying to get back with me. And I was just like, no, brother, no. I just need you to sign the papers. But he said to me, we didn't know what we were doing. And I was like, you are exactly right. We had no idea what we were doing. We just was doing what somebody told us to do, or manipulated or insinuated us to do. And listen, once again, this is not no one is coming against the teachings, because the teachings they were given from a misguided place themselves. They couldn't give us what they didn't understand themselves. This is why I say what Christ still teaches, everybody needs to know. This is right now, listen, the weapon is even now trying to form right now to try to stop this information from getting out. But hey, listen, let me tell you, that weapon ain't gonna work. If I gotta shut up and y'all gotta listen to Computer Love to hear what she gotta say, we gonna hear what she gotta say. You understand? And that's what it is, because listen, this information is going to get out. We are going to spread this. This is life-giving, life-changing, liberating, exonerating, overcoming, amazing, just God breath-giving life information. And I promise you, as long as I got a platform to talk about it on, if we got to get on Instagram or wherever, we're going to put this information out, because it's people like Naima, you understand, who said for 20 years she had invested. Listen to the years that we have invested into other people and denying ourselves.
Hell.
I'm talking about 20 years, 23 years of investing into other people. No wonder people was losing their minds and tired. No wonder your spirit is like, hey, I can't breathe. In the words of Christelle, your little girl is over there crying. She is crying. She is wounded. She is just distraught because she can't get your attention. She's saying, hey, that hurt. Hey, I don't like that. Hey, help me. And we couldn't even hear our own little girl.
She's saying, save me. She can't help me. She's saying, save me. Because again, in the church, they tell us to love and accept the Christ outside of us. But Christ is one with you. So it's the love and acceptance of self that saves the soul. It's love and accept the Christ within that saves the soul. And so I had to do that. But again, it was the external story that was told. But it was, again, everything that we see externally is reflecting back to an internal story. And so, again, Bridget, as you said, they told it the way, but again, why are you going to keep doing what you see done and it ain't working? Right? Okay, so I went and I confessed, but I'm still sick. Wait a minute. I still don't feel love. Wait a minute. When I go to the church, the building, because I'm the church, that's why people can come sit in front of me and get their healing and deliverance. I'm just going to make that. I'm the church. Right? And so that's the building. But again, it was a quantified story. He said, all I need is two to gather my name. And they say, not assembly. I ain't got to have a big building. All I need is two, baby. All I need is a witness. That's it. Right? We can have church. And so with that, you know, again, it's a quantified experience. Yes. And we have limited our understanding to what we have been taught, but something's on the inside of you saying it's got to be more, it's got to be better. And so it's not until the Bible also says narrow is the path and be few that find it. There's a lot of people that don't have the courage to take this journey. Why? Because it's a lonely journey. Yes. It's lonely, right? You're gonna be persecuted, you're gonna be judged, just like Jesus was. All he did was he just painted the picture and said, okay, now this is what you might have to walk in this flesh. But you got to take your flesh and cross too. You have to quit living in the past and the future. You have to live in the now. You have to take that flesh on the body here, because they'll never know the truth of you, which is Christ in you, as long as they can see, taste, touch, feel, and hear you. Right? And then he said, go to a foreign land. I'm going to show you why, because you don't need to assemble with these people who identify based on flesh. Now, come from amongst them, because they're going to cause you to what? Recycle those energies. You know what I'm saying? So you know, our external family, they get mad at us. and they feel some type of way when we begin to choose us, but how would they ever know a different us? Right? And they get mad at us because we no longer hold the energy that was connected to them, so they feel abandoned. Right? Well, I've been delivered, I've been set free from that. And I don't want to go back into that story. So you can follow me as I follow Christ, but you can stay where you at. All I'm
Hmm.
asking is how is what you're doing, how is it serving you? Is it empowering you? Is it helping you? Or do you feel free? Do you still feel bound? Or, how is it helping you? Because again, at the end of the day, God has given us power and dominion over everything, right? So nothing and nobody has control over us. And the only enemy that we got to defeat is the enemy within you. But ain't no enemies in your mind. You ain't got to talk about no devil.
Come
You
on.
don't.
Come
You ain't got
on.
to talk about no devil. Why? Because God gave all power. He is not an Indian giver. He's not going to take back what he gave me. No. I'm about to use this power. When opposition comes, it's an opportunity for me to no longer walk around with a form of godliness denying the power within. It's a time for me to execute what God has given me for the foundation of the world. And that's to create my own reality with my words, to decree and declare what shall be, rather than just accepting what is happening. Remember, our words create our reality. Right? Mind over matter. But now to you become self-aware, it matters over the mind. So
Absolutely.
it's
Absolutely.
no faith to be done unto you. I'm just saying. Hey, this is my journey. This is how I've got to where I am. This is I'm talking about my story, my understanding.
Listen.
I ain't trying to tell nobody how to believe, what to see, this, that, and the other. I'm just simply sharing. Look, if they put
Listen.
if the shoe fit, it's your size. Put it on.
Absolutely. Let me tell you something. You sharing, but you breaking chains, baby. Break them chains. 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 Listen, because them chains is in the mind. She just said it, y'all. The pain that you are experiencing is a direct result of bad thinking. And let me tell you what the word said. I shared this last night, that you are to be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Not the renewing of their mind, not the renewing of them over their mind. You got to renew your own mind.
And I remember Apostle Rita Jefferson. She said this: "You can't renew something you ain't never had a subscription to."
Hmm.
So that means I had to have a mind at some point. Because why they telling me to renew it?
Hmm.
I'm just
Exactly. You if you never ever subscribe to the listen, let's use something simple. If you never ever subscribe to Netflix, they not gonna tell you to pay that $17.99. And on the due date, mine was due yesterday. And they kept on telling me, I need my 17.99. I need my 17.99. I need my 17.99. They ain't stopped. They not gonna stop. Netflix not gonna stop. They gonna keep on telling you, I want my 17.99. I want my 17.99. I want my
you as a
seventeen
man.
ninety nine. But listen to what we do. Look what we do on ourselves. We give up on ourselves. So Lord, I can't take it. It's one of these days. I'm talking about me. This is a reenactment of Bridget. I need y'all to listen. This is a reenactment of Bridget this week. Okay. I think I just want to quit. I think this is gonna be my last year doing books. I think I just want to listen. I said this week. Hello, this week.
Girl, I'm gonna need you to renew your subscription. I'm gonna need my 17.99.
Exactly. I quickly, but listen, I quickly, I
Listen, I got
quickly,
other books. You can't quit.
look, I quickly.
I need my subscription to be renewed.
Listen. Listen, y'all. I told my sister I think this gonna be my last year doing books. She said, "What? What is wrong with you?" She called me immediately, like, "What you doing?" Girl, don't you let nothing make you feel like she got in my butt real quick. And I whipped it on together and renewed my mind. I was like, okay, Bridget, come on, come on. And I went back and I watched old videos that I put out, and I encouraged
There
myself
you go.
with the words that I put out into the world years
Yeah.
ago. I go back through my Facebook memories and look at the words that I have put out to encourage I honestly put it out to
Mm-hmm.
encourage me,
Mm-hmm.
but other people were encouraged along the way. As I shared, other people were encouraged along the way. I look at the people like Naima who have done their books, and they're doing well. You understand? I just put out a book for a young man who is incarcerated. He is incarcerated. He is not free. He's not free to roam the earth. He is incarcerated, and he is doing well in this book. Shout out to him tonight. I know he'll see this video. Shout out to him. And I'm so excited to be able to to be able to pour into somebody else, because divine excellence, the theme of divine excellence is we are fulfilling our purpose through service. God put me here to serve. And that's listen, that's what ministry is. All these people, they got all these illustrious titles that I can't even pronounce. Listen, excuse me, first giving under the God, and I be like to all of them, because I don't know how to say all them names. But what I do understand about ministry is to serve. God put me here to serve. You understand? I don't know no other way but to be of service, because that's what's on the inside of me. I remember being angry and bitter and praying and asking God to give me his love, because my love was failing. I was so angry with my ex-husband, and I was so hurt. And I had a little bitty baby in my arm. My baby daughter was a baby. And I was just sitting on the side of the bed crying. And I said, God, I need you to give me your love, because mine ain't working. Mine ain't working. And you know what God did? He gave me his love. So
Yes.
when I get tired of my heart, sometimes I remind myself, you ask God for his love.
Yes.
God got that don't make no kind of sense love. He got that, it don't make sense to the flesh. The spirit understands all things, because guess what? Christ still just said, you are one with Christ. You are not separate from Christ. Guess what he said? Nothing can separate you from
Nothing.
the love of God.
Oh,
Nothing.
so that mean, Bridget, then can't nobody match this love that you give yourself then. Because you talking about God, but you don't got one, so can't nobody love Bridget like Bridget love Bridget.
That's
That's what
right.
you're saying.
Yes.
I just try to make sure I hear you correctly. Like, can't nobody love you, show up for you, minister to you, none of that, right? Because
This
we
is
won't.
correct.
I was just checking, you said,
Yeah, that's correct. Listen,
yeah,
let me tell y'all something. When I learned to love on Bridget the way that I love on Bridget every day, let me tell y'all, I enjoy coming home to my space. Y'all can't see around me, but in this space, I am surrounded with the love of Bridget. Okay, I
Awesome.
got purple everywhere. I got
which is
purple in
what
my
the love
hair,
of God, right? The love of
Yeah.
Bridget is the love of God.
because I am
Ain't
one
no
with God.
duality. Ain't no more separation. Me and God ain't separate. We one.
This
So,
is that is an affirmation that I learned in the LCA. I vowed to learn the affirmation that says, uh, uh, it's gonna come to me. It says God loves comes to me like avalanches. I'm gonna say it in a little while. I can't think of it
Mhm.
right now,
Mhm.
y'all. But I once I start to say it, it'll come to me. I'll post it on Facebook. But y'all listen, it gets gooder and gooder every week. We at an hour
Yes.
and
Yeah.
4 minutes, y'all.
Yes.
Let me tell y'all, if you catch the replay of this, listen closely. I don't care. Don't be deterred by the computer love.
Amen.
because Christelle said some things. Naima said some things.
Yeah.
Listen to this. If you are on YouTube, shout out to YouTube. If
Shout
you
out
have not
YouTube.
subscribed to the Excel YouTube channel,
Yes.
go right now and subscribe. It is free, y'all.
Yes.
It's free. Just click the little button that say subscribe. It ain't gonna cost you nothing. It take you 1 second to do.
Yes.
Just type in youtube.com, look up Exhale to Excel on YouTube and subscribe. Share this video with your friends.
Yes.
Leave a comment. Let
Yes.
us know if anything that we said tonight was a help to you. I need you to go on over and follow Naima.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is another
Thank you.
shameless plug.
Thank you.
I got Christelle's book over here in my stack of books as well.
Yes.
Y'all can't see behind me. It's a lot of things going on in this office. We are all authors. All of
Yes.
us. Follow us, and you will find out where you can get our books.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Listen,
Yes.
support. Listen, I have to say this. I must say this. I must say this. Listen, y'all. The value of what we have given tonight is priceless.
Absolutely.
It's priceless. There is no price. The value of these three jewels that's in front of you right now are coming from pure, honest souls who really want to see other men, other women walk this journey of healing with us.
Yes.
And we, Christelle just said it, few find this path. That's biblical.
Yep.
Few find this path. But for those of you that can hear us, even if it's just one,
Yes.
if it's just one, if you hear anything and it resonates with you, please reach out.
Yes.
Please be a part of this seminar that Christelle is getting, because
Ooh.
I promise you, I attended the very first one in 2019. Yes,
Nothing
she
like
holding the
it.
shirt up, heal the child within, and you
Yes.
will heal the adult without. I'm
Yes.
telling you, I found my little girl in 2019, November the
Ooh.
1st,
Yes.
2019. I will never forget it. I
Yes.
will never forget it. I will never forget that experience. And I've been a
Never.
part of it ever since then. And I told her everything she does, I'm gonna make sure.
Yes.
Hey, hey, with my little platforms, hey,
That's
my big
a
platforms,
platform. That's a
my
big
big
platform.
platform, excuse me, I corrected that.
There
Yes,
My
you go.
massive platform,
Yes.
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 Global.
Global.
corrected,
Everybody will
global.
know the name Bridget Parker.
Yeah.
We were
You
about everybody else.
understand?
We were about Bridget Parker. That's a well-known global name.
You
Miss
understand? Do you hear?
Parker.
Miss Parker is in the building. Yes.
Yes. Hey, Miss Parker.
Listen. I'm telling you, I promise you, it is amazing to share. This is what sisterhood looks like. Don't let
Yeah.
anybody deter you or fool you into thinking that Black women. Let me say this: Black women can work together. We do it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Black women do support each other. We do it every day.
That's right.
We do it
But
on
here's
the
the thing.
camera and off the camera, huh?
But we are working on ourselves. And
Yes.
we are not projecting and blaming one another, for what it is that we're working on ourselves so that we can continue to add value to one another. Because really and truthfully, we don't operate in conditional love. It's unconditional love, but you can't give what you don't have. So like Naima said, she had to forgive herself. And so when you really sit in the seat of forgiveness, of self, then you can extend that to others.
Yes.
Unforgiveness is a debt. That's a whole nother
Ooh,
conversation.
yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and we gotta go because Naima is on Easter time and she gotta go to bed.
All right, good
But
night.
so listen, thank you,
I'm gonna have
Naima,
my
for
Netflix and chill after I get off the view.
because she paid her $17.99.
Look, and
She
she's
paid her
chilling with herself.
$17.99.
Yeah, the water is
Mm-hmm.
So she
gone
she
now. It's time for
look,
the
she
real Netflix
networked and
and
chilled
chill.
first though, y'all. Listen, she networked and chilled first. Network and chilled
And
first.
chill. There you go.
And now she gonna Netflix. So she played her seventeen
I'm gonna
ninety nine.
chill. Now I'm gonna real chill.
So
Good
I'm
thank
gonna go
night.
play.
y'all.
My little girl getting ready to go play.
I
And
know
some
that's
thighs. She gonna play in some thighs.
I ain't mad at her. Have fun. Have fun. I played in makeup tonight. I put on lipstick. I had it
I
all on my
did,
teeth.
yes. I played tonight.
I
Yes,
was
makeup
I'm
and
proud of
jewelry.
y'all.
Yes,
Let y'all learn. I'm proud. Yes.
so
yes,
thanks to everybody for joining. Shout out to
yes. Thank
Sabrina,
you.
Brenda, Imani, Duncan. Thank you all
Yes,
for watching.
thank you.
Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, go over to YouTube, follow the YouTube page, follow Christelle Morgan on Facebook, Naima
Yes,
Grubbs on Facebook, follow the
yes,
Beyond Amaze page,
yes,
follow all things, follow
yes,
Divine Excellence
yes,
on Facebook as well. Share, share, share. Go back and listen. If you missed it, it's recorded.
yes.
So you can go back and see it. You didn't have to
Yay.
miss it. So please, by all means, listen to what was shared. Go back through the other podcasts on the Network and Chill page. The Network and Chill, of course, follow the Network and Chill page to
Yes.
see all of the podcasts and other materials that we put up during the week. And
Mhm.
we thank you and we are gracious and we appreciate you
Thank
all
you.
for
Thank you,
Thank you,
ladies.
supporting and
Bridget.
taking
Thank
time
you
out
for
of your
having
day
me. Awesome. All my
Yes.
sisters,
to
my
join us.
queens.
Yes.
Pleasure.
Love you, ladies. Good night.
Yes.
So sending love and light to everybody, and we are
Yes.
out of here.
All
Good
right. Night,
night.
ladies. Mwah.